Okay, so do you guys remember when we were raising money for Hurricane Harvey for Save the Children? I contacted the winners of that fundraiser and asked them if they had a question for an expert. And so today we are tackling Megan's question. She says, my question for the expert is, how do I keep my 2.5-year-old in his bed all night? Every single night he wakes up at all different times each night and comes into our bed where he proceeds to toss, turn, kick, poke, prod. I've tried taking him back to his bed and he just comes right back in. We're so tired. I hear you, girl.
I hear you, girl. I'm getting that with my...
We just had a spit take. I'm so tired. Okay, back to the listener question, though. Should we ask Jen Waldburger what to do? What do you think, Eliza? Do you have any suggestions? Okay, Jen, what do you say? Ow!
I hope those of you dealing with this problem know you're in excellent company. This is one of the most common things that I hear from parents. Once you transition from a crib to a bed, that little person now has all kinds of freedom they didn't have before. And it's amazing to them that they can actually get out of their bed. And so it's very normal for them to play around with that when the transition is new and get out of bed after you've put them down, get out of bed in the middle of the night, lots of fun. However, this particular question comes from a mom whose little one made the transition quite a while ago. It sounds like even a couple of months it's been at this point. So while the transition from crib to bed or from crib to convertible toddler bed can, take a week or two for a child to get all the way to the other side of it. If it's going on beyond that, lots of testing at put down or lots of getting up in the middle of the night, that is not something that you have to continue to live with. And so when this is happening, it's always important to assess what else is going on in that child's life at the time. If there's a brand new baby in the home, if they just started school, if they just started potty learning in earnest, or there's another big life transition, then sleep does need to go sort of on the back burner, and you're going to have to hang in there a little bit longer and just, kind of tread water and do the best you can to support that little one getting the best sleep they can. But if there's no other smoking gun, there's nothing else in that child's life that, could legitimately cause them to have undue fears or anxiety about separating and lots of big emotions because of these other things that are going on in their life, then you can absolutely help them learn how to sleep in that bed. And in your case, since this little one has a pretty long-standing habit of coming into bed with you and snuggling, I think it would be a little bit too abrupt to just stop cold turkey, letting him do that and ask him to sleep in his bed. So what I'm going to encourage you to do instead is what I like to call sleepover party with mom and dad. This will absolutely work. It will not be your favorite thing to do, but it'll be an investment in the short term for a long-term ensured good night's rest for you, your husband, your little guy, and the whole family. So here's how it works. What you're going to do is you're going to get an air mattress or a futon and put it on the floor of your child's room. And you're going to say to him something like, you know what, sweetie? Mommy and daddy see that you've been working really hard to learn how to sleep in your new bed. I would call it a new bed, even though it's not that new, versus his bed or his new bed, versus a big boy bed or, anything about being a big boy, because that can trigger anxious feelings in a child of, oh boy, I'm at a life stage that I'm not sure I'm ready for. So just call it his bed or his new bed. So mommy and daddy see that you've been working really hard to sleep in your new bed and that you need some help with this. It hasn't been easy for you, so we're going to help you. And what we're going to do is we're going to have special sleepover party in your room for a couple of nights to make sure you're all safe and snug in your bed. So you're going to do your same whole wind down the way you always do. Whatever that is, the bath and the PJs and the teeth and the potty and the books and the snuggles and the hugs and kisses. And then you're going to tuck him in and say goodnight. He's going to lie down in his bed. You're going to lie down in your mommy or daddy bed. One of three things is going to happen. Number one, he's going to be so thrilled that you're there that he'll go straight to sleep. Hooray. If we should get so lucky, we'll praise the sleep gods. But if that doesn't happen, the second thing that could happen is that he may stay in his bed but try to talk to you after lights out. Mommy, I need more water. I want you to scratch my back. My toe hurts. I'm hot. I'm hungry. I need to tell you something. It's important. The millions of things that every kid says. And I always joke there's a hotline they call, and they all say the same thing. So there's a hotline that feeds them this stuff, and they all call the hotline. If he does that and stays in his bed, you're going to sit up in your mommy or daddy bed and say, shh, 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 mommy or daddy's here, night-night, honey, and lie back down again. What you're not going to do is engage in back and forth conversation, answer questions, do the things he's asking you to do, or re-explain what you've already explained about sleepover party. You're just giving him brief verbal reassurance in order for him to be able to go back down. If he gets out of his bed, the first time only, whoopsie, sweetie, you got out of bed. Let mommy or daddy help you back to your bed. So help him back to his bed. Do not fluff his pillow and fix the blanket and hand him water and scratch his back and again do all those things that you've been doing, potentially. Just help him back, and then he may get up literally 8,000 more times. You're going to just keep walking him back, walking him back, walking him back without talking. So yes, he may have big upset feelings as you're making this change and not engaging with him at put down or after lights out, in the night. But you're right there. You've taken the element of separation out of the equation. No harm will come to him. You're just going to be really consistent in handling things this way at put down. Once he's asleep, you're going to go do whatever. Go hang out with your spouse and do whatever else you need to do, but the same parent is going to come back and sleep there all night long. In the middle of the night, you're going to do the same thing. If he stays in his bed but tries to talk, shh, shh, mommy or daddy's here, night-night, every few minutes. If he gets out of bed the first time only, oopsie, sweetie, you got out of bed, let mom or dad help you back, walk him back, walk him back, walk him back, as many times as it takes. So what's going to happen is it's going to take 1, 2, 3, probably 4 at most, 4 nights for him to master being able to fall asleep and stay asleep with your presence in the room, setting your, with your loving presence, but also setting your boundaries this way. And after that, not before, you're going to then go ahead and start moving the bed little by little, weaning your presence out the door. So this could take a few more nights. You're going to move about a foot further to his door each night. Don't make a big production of the moving. Don't even necessarily let him see you doing that. I don't think he will ask you about it. If he does, just say, you're right, mom or dad's bed's a little further away. You're doing great though, and we're super proud of you, and we're still right here. Handle everything the same during that migration out, in terms of put down and the middle of the night. Ideally, you would do one last night in the hallway right outside of his door, but outside of his line of sight. Look, mommy or daddy's bed is still right here. We're still right here. And you handle everything the same. The night after that, you're back in your bed. And you still handle everything the same. So at put down, if he calls for you, you pop your head in. Mommy or daddy hears you, sweetie. It's time for sleep. Night, night. Don't engage. If he gets out, walk him back, walk him back, walk him back. Don't be alarmed, by the way, if he'd been doing great until you got out of the room and then he tests you a little bit once you do get out. Your hard work is still in there, but he may test a little bit. So just handle everything the same. And that's basically it. So this guy, because he's, been at this habit for a while, he needs a more gradual progression. And so your presence in the room is serving the purpose of bringing all of his anxious feelings down and his, maybe upset feelings about sleeping in his new bed and separating from you. And also allowing you to help him remember his good sleep skills that are buried in there, but they're in there. With your loving presence, kind of supporting him the way that we've talked about. So a couple other quick things to do during the day. I would play in his room a lot to make sure he feels really safe and comfortable and happy in there. And I would also make sure that you have some kind of nightlight in there. Kids really need some sort of ambient glow in their room after they've transitioned to a bed to just be able to pop their eyes open at night and look around and see that everything's okay. So If you believe that he can do this, he can do this. The energy with which you go about this is everything. Do not scold him. Do not get upset with him in the middle of the night, but also stay really consistent in not engaging verbally and walking him back to bed, and this will absolutely work. So I will be rooting for you all the way. Good luck with everything, and happy Z's.
This is my 4-year-old Sabrina. Sabrina, do you ever have a hard time sleeping in your room by yourself?
Yeah.
You do? What helps you?
Going potty and squeezing Elefante.
Oh, you squeeze your elephant. Does that make you feel better? And when you wake up in the middle of the night, what do you do?
Go back to sleep.
Oh, yeah. Do you ever call Mom and Dad? Not anymore? Gentle to me.